Hey, we back. I've got something actually pretty interesting today. So I spent the last 12-ish hours or so making a Discord bot, which is something I do not frequently do. It's basically my first Discord bot actually. I did technically make one before, but it was like it didn't even do anything. It was pathetic, so it doesn't really count. Yes, I've got one now on here, and it is Mudae related, because of course it is. Because what else do I do with my life? I thought it would be good fun to make. It was good fun to make. It's far from done, but it is in a usable position now. So I thought I'd make a quick video about it. I didn't record the whole building process because it was going to be very long, mostly me sitting and being confused, and also at a silly hour of the morning. So, but anyway, it's this over here. Mudae Trades. I've given it the profile picture for Mudae 8, if you remember then. Obviously because now is the best, and because that relates it to Mudae quite nicely. If I go through my servers, I'll probably be able to. I think we've got Mudae 8 on here, maybe? Oh, we're going to have to scroll down a little bit. Maybe, maybe not. Hey, there you go. Oh, Mudae 8. Epic. Obviously offline now, due to the Mudae all being shut down. But Mudae 8 has clearly been revived as a trading partner separate from Mudae. Now, basically what this does is it takes in a list of characters that you have ordered yourself. You need to order them yourself, obviously, otherwise it doesn't know what you like. And then you can ask it questions about trading. Is this trade good trade? Should I take this character? Etc. I'm all out of drink. That's depressing. And that's about it at the moment, anyway. I just got the water all up my nose. Sorry. I'll stop making a fuss. Right. Anyway, what am I even on about? So, let's have a look at getting started with this bot then. I'm just going to give it a quick demonstration of its simple functions at the moment. I'll probably improve it later on because it has a lot of extendability. One thing that I could do in the future perhaps is make it so it can actually find trades for you. Say, hey look, why don't you go to this person and suggest this trade? Now that would be cool, but also quite unrealistic, I think. So yeah, I'll see what happens, I guess. Anyway, it uses the same prefix by default as Mudae, because of course it does. I wanted it to be similar to Mudae so that people that use Mudae will be able to use it easily. So we've got trade help. I have had to stick trade on the front of a couple of the commands because obviously it would otherwise clash with actual Mudae commands. We've got trade help. So as this says, is a bot to help figure out whether you or someone else is likely to accept a trade. It's currently in very early stages of development, yeah, about 12 hours. The algorithm that calculates this is unlikely to be accurate. It's with the trades that I've fed it, it's not too bad, but I really have not fed it very many trades. I haven't got much data to go on. So, yeah, it's hard. And in order to actually make it reliable at doing trades, you're going to need to feed it a pretty big database of sorted characters as well. I'm using my soul list for this. As you can see, 40 pages. There's about 30 unique characters. There's like 5 pages of unsorted ones and 5 pages of duplicates. But there's like 30 pages of sorted characters here. So it's like, what, 600? No, 450? I mean, you know, it's a reasonably large number of characters that are sorted, 450. But obviously, the more you can sort, the more accurate it's going to be. So, here's the commands. We'll just go through them in order, I guess. Actually, let's start with these couple of bottom ones because they're kind of obvious. Prefix lets you change the personal mind, bot prefix. I don't know why other bots don't do this. There is probably a reason, and I'll probably end up changing it when I realise the reason. But yeah, we can do prefix, and we can give it any prefix we like. I can say prefix John. That's actually not the thing. It's trade prefix John. I will. I said it doesn't have a lot of good stuff. I need to change that. Do not exaggerate on the size of the prefix. Sure, Mudae. Sure. Anyway, so we can have John, personal prefix updated, and now I can do, say, John get list, which I'll get to later. No space, because of course, there was no space here, was there? So no space, John get list. No list saved. So yeah, I'll get to that later. But if I come onto, say, here and do get list, it's still with the $sign, right? If I do John get list in here, it doesn't do anything. And if I do $sign get list on there, it doesn't do anything. It's a personal prefix, which I think is quite nice. You can have whatever prefix you like. And then obviously to set it back, it's just like that. There we go. Also, I've made it so that you don't actually have to put John. If you maybe forget what your prefix is, you can just put $sign trade prefix, and that will work as well. So yeah. Then we've got trade invite, which again is pretty self-explanatory. There's the link to invite the bot. I'll put this in the description in case you do want to have a fiddle about with it. I doubt anyone will use it particularly because no one really cares, and plus it doesn't really work at the moment. But who knows? I can hope, can't I? It'd be cool, wouldn't it? I do legitimately think it's a very useful bot. I'm certainly planning on using it. When I've got my soul list big enough, I will totally use this bot. I just need to improve the algorithm a bit. So then we get into the actual proper commands. Let's start with start at the top. Sure, why not? Update list. So update list update creates a list of characters in order of favoritism used for trade calculation. So if we run this, will ask me to run MMKV, LLKV, or SLKV, depending on which you want to become your trading list. It requires K to check capital values and V just to remove notes and series names and stuff like that, extra stuff that it doesn't need. So obviously I do it with my SL, but you can do it with whatever you like. If you've ordered your MM, you've ordered your LL, you can do it with that, that's fine. So we shove that in. And obviously Mudae responds with the soul list that it always does. This can actually see Mudae's messages. It's always looking out for them, in fact. It says, now please go through that harem with the right Mudae React to add all of the pages. Right, so we press the right Mudae React. We go through next page, confirm. It at the moment just spams this every time I click the right page button. I'll probably change that at some point, but that's just what it does at the moment. If we just scroll up and you can just spam this a little bit. We're just going to go through until I get to the duplicate section, which is like 30 pages in. It does take a little bit of time, but it's not major, and obviously you only need to do this once. Once you've got this, it's kind of saved onto your account, and then you don't need to do this again, so that's quite nice. That should be about done. Oh, no, there we go. So that's duplicate section, so now I type confirm. List fully updated. So now I can run get list, and as you can see, it's printing out my soul list there. I think that should be all of them, unless maybe I spammed it too hard and it didn't notice some of the edits. I wouldn't be surprised if that's a thing that happens. Maybe don't spam it too hard, but that's probably all of them. I don't know, to be honest. It actually doesn't look like all of them. I mean, it's not got this far. Oh well. Yeah, don't spam it too hard, or it probably won't register it. But you get the point. It works if you do it slowly. So there we go. We now have this get list. This is my list of characters here. In my soul list, in order of how much I like them, because I've ordered it. But now Kurusu, Minhera, so on. Right. So now what I can do is we can start looking at values of stuff. Right, so I can check Kakura values of characters. So let's say I want to know how much KO is. We can check that with the bot. There we go. Worth 236 Kakura. And it does the little emote as well, which is pretty cool. So that's nice. Obviously, you can check that with Mudae commands anyway, so it doesn't help a huge amount. But what I am thinking of doing is putting a bunch of characters here. So you could do capital value and then list like 10 characters, and it'll add them all up, a bit like a calculator. That I think would be nice, but I haven't done that yet, so that's in the future. However, what you can also do is get like value, which is where the bot sort of grades how much you like a character. Okay, apparently that clashes with a Mudae command, I didn't realise. Again, it has some minor fixes that needed to be going through. I'll probably go and do all of these after I've made this, but good testing, I suppose. But yeah, there you go. It says there your like value is 236. It's the same value. That's interesting. I wonder if it's not running the correct command. This worked earlier when I tested it. Oh well. It probably is correct. It's probably just a coincidence. Let's hope it is just a coincidence. Anyway, so this shows the value that you like the character, which is worked out very similar to capital value, which is why I presume it's a coincidence, because actually I pretty much copy and pasted the formula. At the moment, again, I need to go through and change it up a little bit so it's a bit more nice. But at the moment, it does, to be fair, pretty much just follow the Kakura one. It's just based on the ordering that you put them in instead of the ordering that everyone else puts them in. Right, so, yeah. Anyway, what I can then do, I can ask it for trades, right? So we do check trade, and I can say, okay, should I take KO or, I don't know, Lelouch? Right, so oh no, it's meant to have a, I don't know my own syntax. But we put a double $sign in there. And you can see, again, it's the same as Mudae, where it tells you the syntax, and it's the same kind of format. Gives you the example. Should probably put some of this in bold, huh? Anyway. What? This is not a good test. It's removed the spaces. Why has it removed the spaces? It didn't. I'll fix that. Add it to the list. Add it to the list. What I'll do is I'll go find some of the old ones that I did earlier. Get some examples. If I scroll off a bit, here we go. So let's see. Check trade, Chelsea or Stephanie Dola. Here we go. So do I want Chelsea or Stephanie Dola? The first half's value is 186. The second half is 187. So very similar in like value, which is true. They're both at the top of my soul list. That makes sense. First half's Kakura value is a bit higher though. Overall, the first half's value is this. It kind of grades the values. You see, it like multiplies them together basically. So it says taking the first half is the better option, which it probably is, because the like value is only 1 different, but the Kakura value is almost 50 different. And if I think about that in my head, would I trade Stephanie Dola for Chelsea? Yeah, plausibly I would. To be fair, I would probably try and get a better deal than that, because that's not a great deal for me. I'm only gaining 50 Kakura. I'm giving up Stephanie, who I really like. I'd rather get something better, but the bot is correct. Taking Chelsea is certainly the better option there. Now we can have a look at another one. We've got Ochiko and Stephanie. It's going to show it. Okay. What about up here? Did it run with any of these? No, it's just some testing. What I can do is I can come test it. Not test it. Find someone here, because I did a bunch of testing on here as well. Here we go. So here we've got Lucy and Aqua. So Dust here doesn't have a list, so that's fair enough. But here we go. Lucy or Aqua, first half's like value, so almost 800, and then the second half is a bit lower, because I do prefer Lucy to Aqua. However, the first half's Kakura value is only 600, the second half is almost 2,500. So that puts the second half considerably above. Taking the second half is the better option. And again, it's true. I would take Aqua over Lucy. Despite liking Lucy a little bit more, Aqua is like top 10 and Lucy is 300. If I had the choice, I would take Aqua. Do we have maybe one final example here of this? No, I'm just testing Lucy and Aqua for ages. Fantastic. Oh, here we go. Oh, a bit of a bigger one here. Yeah, see, here's another thing you can do. It doesn't have to be a 1v1 trade. You can put as many characters as you like here. So check trade, Zombina or Ram for 0-2. And this is why it has the double dollar sign here. This is to signify the other half of the trade. So you have the list of characters here separated by the dollar sign, and then the other list here also separated by a dollar sign. So here, first half like value is that, second half is this. It kind of like adds them up. I prefer Zombina and Ram both to 0-2, so obviously it's going to be a lot higher. First half's Kepler value is a bit lower than 0-2's, but then the overall value is a lot higher because of the like value. It pushes it up a bit. So taking the first half is the better option. Again, the body's correct. I would much rather have Zombino and Ram than 0-2. So, works good when it's not removing spaces for no reason, and I'll go and fix that. But yeah, you can see it's doing stuff. And that's probably a 5-minute fix. You can see it working there. So that's very nice. The other things that can do, a couple of simple things, is, for example, with the capital value, you don't actually have to own the character. So, for example, who have I not got in my soul list? I don't know. I don't know, actually. But let's go on a random top page, shall we? Sasuke. I don't have him on my soul list. You can check that. No result. That's not how that even works, but okay. No Sasuke, right? So there is no way that the bot should know what Sasuke's value is. However, if we do capital value from Sasuke, it should tell us. Character is not in my list. Oh no! Come on bot. Figure yourself out. It does this. Probably should try and make it a bit faster at some point, but I'm expecting it to pop in a minute, give us the value anyway. If it doesn't, I'm just looking awful, aren't I? None of the commands even work. It's just bad, isn't it? Now, according to that, we had an error. So, of course it is. Why does nothing work? Tell me this. Why does nothing work? Should we try another one? Or am I going to have to go and search for old ones that definitely work? Mikan. Don't have her on soul list either. You're going to tell me what her value is? Yeah, see, not on list. It's correct. It's not on list. It's meant to be that. It's just... Did I clear everything? Do you think I cleared everything? See, the point is, I do get list on my day trades here. This is how we find out. That's why it's not working, because I cleared everything. Of course I cleared everything. So there's this this command here, update top 1000. This is a bot admin only command, because this is a global. I'll just update this periodically, or make the bot do it itself, maybe, if I'm smart. So we can go through the top page, and what this is doing is it's actually putting all of these characters into its own list, right? So it stores the whole top 1000. I won't go through all of them because there's 67 pages, so let's just confirm it there. It doesn't know that we haven't finished. So now we can go back to those ones that we just did. Where were they? A bit lower down. Mikan, there's Mikan. I saw you. Mikan, here we go. Right, you saw we didn't have Mikan. Capital value, Mikan. Character is not in your list, right? Not to worry, as now here has got you covered. There we go. That's what we were waiting for. You see? and then it's going to pop in the value. Isn't it, bot? There we go, worth 507. You see? So that's also pretty cool, and this is just going to be a permanent storage for all the chopper thousands. Like I say, I'll update it periodically, but I'm just going to keep all of them there in the bot's own storage. And then what you can also do, if you want, you can do get list of Mudae. That ping did not work. I mean, the ping did not work. That wasn't the bot's fault. That was Discord's fault. Discord does not know how to ping. Okay, it's fine. I'll just ping it with ID. There you go. And there you go. See, so that it stored all of those in the actual list of Mudae trades. There you go. And that's why it can access them. It'll always check that if you don't have it in your own list. It'll check its own list after that and try and save you. You know. But yes, the sorting is not too efficient at the moment. I will get that to improving that, as well as ironing out these random bugs that it seems to have gained in the last 5 minutes. But that's basically an overview of the bot, what it's going to be doing. I will probably continue to improve it further and add some more features, and then maybe I can bring up some sort of update on it later if it's doing cool stuff. But for now, I will leave it there. Bye!